Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Hazel Adams. Thank you for joining me today. I'm a little bit casual this morning. I've been out in the garden with my husband doing some watering and plucking some cucumbers and tomatoes that were ready. So this is the early Saturday morning in Florida look. But I wanted to jump on and talk with you this morning about the fact that the split has already happened. The new earth already exists, and the split that we've been hearing so much about is in the process of becoming apparent and lived to us. And so I just want to share with you a little bit of my meditation this morning in terms of we're there, everyone. We're already there, and we are multidimensional consciousnesses. We've already helped create the new version of the earth, the new earth. We're already there in spirit, and often more and more sort of consciously or semi-consciously. And I want to share with you that how we fully get there, how we got there, because there is no time. Everything is simultaneous in an infinite present. So we're already there. How we get there doesn't matter. And as always, if this video is helpful to you, please click like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, comment. All of that stuff helps my videos be more visible to more people. So I have been literally experiencing and living in, and you can too, I said this in a previous video, you can already be living in the 5D. And the more you do that, the more you focus there, the further and further away the limiting heavy 3D experience and rules become. As I explained in more detail in a video that I posted a few days ago, it's called The Split Already Happened. You are already there. You can be in 5D now. The fifth dimension consciousness takes us into a whole new way of living and being in the physical. The way we interact with the physical, the way we create in it, the rules change. The laws of 3D don't apply anymore. There's a whole new set of game rules, so to speak. And again, I explain that in a lot more detail in the other video. But it's a very magical, brimming with possibility and opportunity and creative ability to just create and manifest in a whole new way. And it's just this loving, joyful, everything is fine, everyone knows what I know, we're all here for a big party kind of place. There are many ways we as individuals can make that transition completely from the 3 and through the 4D and into the 4 and then into the 5D. And that's what I wanted to speak with you about today. You see so many versions of how this can and will go from people on the news and on YouTube. So, for instance, there's the whole 3 days of darkness thing. Well, some channeled entities say it's just going to be a very deliberate communications blackout. Other channeled entities say it's going to be a power outage. Other fear-based channeled entities go more to the there's going to be darkness for 3 days and demons in the streets. Don't go outside. Everyone's going to die. There's toxic. I mean, everything you can think of is out there. Another one that I just came across recently from a lady who says she is an angel incarnated to help us, and I believe her. Her version of it is that our solar sun actually sort of does this sort of contraction and darkens and then sort of not explodes in a destructive way, but explodes into light and joy, and that that's the solar flash, and that we all uplift with that. So there are quite a few versions of the details of how it goes. And it can be easy to watch those things and to get sucked into the details. And the same is true for the countries and the politics. The big pull between the right and the left, the big pull between sort of fear, separation, fight the enemies, and everybody win, and before everybody. And I'm not saying either side is all wrong or all right. Where we're going, there are no sides. It's just love, and everybody is doing well, and we all know what we know together. We're all expressions of the God consciousness, and we all know it, and we're all creating and have abundance because we know we can. Those sorts of things. But as far as the details go, it can become sort of mesmerizing to check and see, well, what's going on. And there's nothing wrong with just sort of checking in and just seeing what's playing out, but try not to get too entranced with it and too tracking that, because as you're tracking those details, you're kind of looking at the trees instead of focusing in the forest, which is just that all being done with. And we're all at the family reunion. We're all at the party. That's where the reality is. That's where we need to be. And the details of the politics, and I'm in the US, so I'll talk about that. I peeked in maybe 3 weeks ago and saw 3 distinct possible timelines. Not that there weren't variations or more available, but the main ones being that Trump would actually stay in for a while. And I did see lots of conflict, armed conflict, like flame spots coming up over the map of Europe. I saw another version in which the people were so unhappy with what's going on that they were just in the streets protesting what was going on, and it got very big to where Trump's own advisors came into his office, and I specifically saw and heard, "Sir, you need to leave now. The people don't want you." So that was a possibility. The third one I saw was, I just saw the words fraud debacle, and I knew it would be something to do with just something very corrupt that just wasn't going to be tolerated. So, but then when I checked maybe a week or 2 after that, I saw that the second 2 timelines had merged, and that it wasn't going to be one or the other. If Trump leaves office, it would be a combination of both. The people in the streets not happy and fraud and corruption together. Okay. So I see stuff. I actually had a vision, and none of this comes from what I want or I'm wishing. These are pictures, you guys, that come to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that doesn't make them the way it has to go or will go. What those are the strongest probable versions of the timeline going forward that I'm vibrating in. And if you're listening to me, then I guess so are you. But there's nothing written in stone. Things change, informations change, energy changes. It's possible for this whole deal to change, and everybody's at the party, including Putin, maybe. I did also have a vision flash to me of Vladimir Putin, pale and with a stake in his heart. Now, that could have just been metaphorical, that the Russian people are not going to tolerate this anymore, that they see that he's putting them through hell, and that's a metaphorical, a symbol of how they feel about him. I don't know if it's an indication that someone could, or a group could, unalive him. I don't know. But I did see Putin with a stake in his heart and out of the picture. But again, none of that matters. What matters is focusing on being in this 5th dimensional creative opportunity, love, cooperation, abundance, creativity party of human consciousness. How we got there really doesn't matter. And again, we're already there. So think of that family reunion metaphor, because that's what that whole thing feels like to me. Maybe you got there by astral travel in just a moment, just by thinking yourself there. Maybe you levitated yourself there. Maybe you got in your car and drove there. Maybe you got in your car and hit all kinds of traffic problems and construction and road rage. Like, everybody's having their own experience. But once you're there, you're all there in the love and the joy, and you're there, and no one cares about the details of how we got there. When we're all really focused there, some of us might have different memories of the details of how we got there, because it doesn't matter anymore. So I would recommend to you that you just keep giving yourself to the upgrades and the updates, the 4 and 5D light codes. Agree to let yourself shift. You will think and feel and understand differently. You will perceive yourself doing that. You will become aware of limiting story ideas that you've been holding on to, and just literally watch them come up like a soda bubble. I said this in yesterday's video, like a soda bubble at the top of a Coca-Cola glass, just pop and then it's gone because you saw it. You brought it into conscious attention and you see it's bogus and it's gone. So focus on being there. Focus on giving yourself to that. I'm seeing surrender. Surrender to your higher vibrational self. Surrender to your expanded consciousness, because there is nothing but joy and beauty and abundance and creativity there. And you will be amazed at how many people who didn't look like they were going to make the transition from fear separation 3D actually show up in your new version of reality in their new higher 4 and 5D aspect of themselves, because they have one. So what I'm saying is, really, when we go there, we see most people go with us because we can see that aspect of them, and they can vibrate there and be there with us. So it's all very beautiful and joyful. We'll be talking more about this tomorrow, Sunday, April 27th, 2025. I'll be doing a live spirit talk, and we'll be talking a lot more about this and some other things. Feel free to join me. It's free, or donate what you wish. I will leave a registration link below in the description. And I do still see private clients via Zoom for quantum transformational healing sessions. If that's something you're interested in, just go to my website, www.kathyhazeladams.com. Thank you for being with me today, and have a most wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.